The Samsung Galaxy Note 3 Neo runs on the same Android 4.3 Jelly Bean and TouchWiz combo that the original Galaxy Note 3 had at launch. There are virtually no differences in the operation with the exception of a few features, like air gestures, that didn't make it into the Neo. The lock screen and home screens are identical to the ones on the Note 3. The lock screen supports multiple widgets, while the home screen greets you with Samsung's large widgets. The notification area hasn't been updated for a while. There is a scrollable row of toggles, but you can expand all of them with a dedicated shortcut or with a 2-finger swipe from the top. Below the connectivity toggles is the display brightness slider complete with an auto checkbox. You can remove this slider to get more room for notifications. The app drawer is business as usual, a grid of apps you can arrange by alphabetical or custom order. You can hide apps if you like, which is good for bloatware you can't uninstall. You can also view only downloaded apps, uninstall apps, and add folders. You can also disable apps straight from the app drawer, which is a good feature because they won't take up RAM or appear unwanted in the task manager. The S Pen has always been the key feature of every Note device, so it's the central pillar around the user interface of the Note 3 Neo as well. Once you pull it out, the familiar Air Command menu pops out. It's available anywhere throughout the UI, you just need to press the side button on the S Pen. The menu is a virtual ring with 5 shortcuts: Action Memo, Scrapbooker, ScreenWrite, S-Finder, and Pen Window. Action Memo lets you write things on the screen and then use it to initiate an action. For example, you can add a new contact or dial a number. You can do more complex actions as well, such as check out an address on Google Maps. Scrapbooker lets you quickly add stuff to the Scrapbook app. For example, instead of making a full screenshot, you can just mark part of the screen you are interested in, and Scrapbooker will extract the pictures as well as the text from the selected area. You can then add an optional memo to every scrapbook entry you create. Then there's ScreenWrite, which is pretty self-explanatory. It allows you to start writing directly on the screen regardless of where you are in the UI. You can either use a clean sheet or use a snapshot of the screen you're currently using. It's the best tool for taking quick memos. S-Search is a local search that'll browse through all the content on your Note 3 Neo with preset filters. It can search in all S Pen content you've added, including notes, scrapbook pages, and more, messages, multimedia settings, phone book, and even the internet. Finally, the last element of the Air Command menu is Pen Window. It allows you to open a floating app of any size on top of the screen by simply drawing a window. Naturally, the Galaxy Note 3 Neo supports Samsung's famous multi-window feature, which allows launching 2 apps side by side. There's also a dedicated shortcut that lets you switch the place of the 2 opened apps, and you can even launch 2 instances of the same app, like 2 web browsers. Since the Galaxy Note 3 Neo is almost as big as the original Note 3, Samsung has brought over the one-handed operation mode. When enabled from the settings menu, it's activated by quickly swiping left and then right on the home screen. This puts the whole user interface into a smaller frame, making the phone use just part of the screen. The window is at minimum 3.5 inches in diagonal and can be resized while giving you shortcuts to the volume rocker, home, back, and menu button.